This is Newcap News with Bart Pediasic.
Good evening. We begin tonight with news of a major drug bust in the city. Nearly $50,000 worth of cocaine was seized from a Lloydminster home near 22nd Street and 52nd Avenue last Friday. RCMP found a variety of other drugs, including meth, marijuana, and prescription pills during their search, as well as a stolen handgun and $3,600 in cash. 25-year-old Kendra Rogers and 32-year-old Damon Moses are now facing charges, including possession of controlled substances for the purposes of trafficking, firearm offenses, and possession of body armor. Now, moving on, the price of crude oil has hit a 5-year low today, which means motorists are shelling out less at the pumps these days. This may be a good sign for consumers, but what exactly does this mean for the Canadian economy? Anna Stanislaw explains.
From 95 to 97 cents a gallon, gas prices have plunged across the city.
I love it. It's very cheap and it's awesome.
That's a good move. Unfortunately, our local economy is going to take a bit of a hit because it's primarily an oil-producing area.
According to an expert from the economics department in the University of Alberta, there are three main factors that cause these low oil prices. There's reduced demand in Europe and China as the economy is slowing down, increased supply, especially in the United States, and OPEC's decision not to cut oil production.
There's also been strong correlation between oil prices and the exchange rate, which has made Canadian oil more competitive internationally because the Canadian dollar has depreciated following the fall in oil prices.
Dana Anderson says the impact to Canada from these low oil prices might not be nearly as pronounced, especially on the Alberta and Saskatchewan economy.
It will result in some job losses. Some investment projects will not be made. Right now, most of the projects that are kind of currently operating are probably not going to shut down, though. The reason for that is that the price needs to fall much lower in order for firms to want to exit the market after they've made sunk costs.
OPEC predicts demand will rebound, and if prices are low, they gain more of that market share. But Anderson doesn't agree with OPEC's view on the current situation, as he says they've been wrong in the past. He adds the prices we're seeing at the pumps today won't last for long.
In the future, if prices remain low, then that might discourage new investment, which down the line might have more of an impact on jobs. But in the short term, I don't think it will have a huge impact on jobs.
I can see nobody can survive with $60 oil. It'll be returning back to the mid-70s, 80s, probably for the next 6 months, my guess.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
Well, you better get your masks ready for next year's H4H Gala in Cold Lake. The organization is putting on their second annual masquerade event in January. The gala, which is hosted by the Masonic Lodge, has a Victorian theme this time. Patrons are encouraged to dress formally, but as you can see here, an array of attire is accepted.
Proceeds are going to Hearts for Healthcare, and we're so appreciative that a local organization has adopted our charity to do this for.
All money raised will go towards various health needs around the city. Last year, the gala raised more than $7,500.
We've recently purchased cardiac monitors, a fetal monitor worth $25,000 with the donations we've made over the last year. So we're hoping to be able to purchase more equipment like that for the hospital through the gala.
This will also be the second time the Cold Lake Masonic Lodge hosts an event benefiting Hearts for Healthcare. Junior Warden of the Lodge, Sean Lamoth, says healthcare is a very important thing to support in the community.
We've decided to go with Hearts for Healthcare because at one point in our life, somewhere, whether you're a newborn baby all the way to 95 years old, you will need a medical system. And Cold Lake is in dire need for some medical equipment, and this is one of the reasons we picked this charity.
If you'd like more information on the charity event, you can call Sean Lamoth at 780-812-4532. As the holidays draw ever closer, streets and homes are being lit up to celebrate the season. But as Jeremy Thompson reports, with candles, cords, and fireplaces in use, it's important to keep fire safety in mind.
Christmas decorations light up nearly every aisle at Home Hardware as shoppers bustle around finding the right items to make their homes feel festive. But ambiance can turn to disaster in a heartbeat, something a Lloydminster family found out last Thursday night when soot in their chimney caught fire. Luckily, it was put out before the home suffered major damage.
Chimneys can overheat pretty quick, so you need to keep it clean.
Manager Sean Burton says using long brushes or burning chimney sweeping logs is vital for fireplace safety. And although less common than gas fireplaces in new homes, wood is still in use.
Cottages and cabins at the lakes, wood for sure is more popular there. People like it because it's a nicer heat and there's usually lots of firewood.
Normally, when you think of a holiday fire hazard, your mind goes straight to an old, dry, brittle Christmas tree. But according to the Lloydminster Fire Department, with more people buying artificial these days, it's time to stop blaming the trees and start blaming the turkey.
Christmas season and the holiday season, everybody's busy doing different things, and things get put on the stove or in the oven and then get tied up with other things and they get forgotten. And then they'll end up with an incident on the stove.
Deputy Chief Nicholas also emphasizes using the proper extension cord for the job.
Indoor extension cord for indoor and outdoor for outdoor. And when you do hook up your lights and stuff, make sure you check the cord for any fraying or cracking.
With modern technology, nearly every fire hazard can be eliminated.
There's a new LED candles now. They flicker. They don't require. They're just a battery, but they give the same effect as a real candle, so they look just as nice.
Jeremy Thompson, Newcap News.